Many years after independence, we still find it hard to start. How long shall we be patient before we reach the promised land? Tell me, which way Nigeria?
Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go?
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah.
I want to know.
Yes, I want to know.
Which way Nigeria is heading to?
Inefficiency and indiscipline nearly run the country down. Corruption here, there and everywhere. Inflation soaring high. Why? Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die.
Which way Nigeria?
Which way?
Which way Nigeria?
Tell me.
Which way to go?
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah.
I want to know.
Yes, I want to know.
Which way Nigeria is heading to?
We made mistakes during the oil boom, not knowing that was our doom. Some people now have everything, while many, many have nothing. Why? Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't fall.
Which way Nigeria?
Which way?
Which way Nigeria?
Tell me.
Which way to go?
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah.
I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to.
Now listen. A hungry man is an angry man because he has many mouths to feed. Let's join our hands to farm the land so we can have enough food to eat. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die.
Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go?
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah.
I want to know Nigeria is heading to.
Many years after independence, we still find it hard to start. How long shall we be patient before we reach the promised land? Tell me, which way Nigeria?
Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go?
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah.
I want to know
Yes, I want to know.
which way Nigeria is heading to.
Inefficiency and indiscipline nearly run the country down. Corruption here, there and everywhere. Inflation soaring high. Why? Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die.
Which way Nigeria?
Which way?
Which way Nigeria?
Tell me.
Which way to go?
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah.
I want to know
Yes, I want to know.
which way Nigeria is heading to.
We made mistakes during the oil boom, not knowing that was our doom. Some people now have everything, while many, many have nothing. Why? Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't fall.
Which way Nigeria?
Which way?
Which way Nigeria?
Tell me.
Which way to go?
Which way to go?
I love my fatherland.
Oh yeah.
I want to know which way Nigeria is heading.
Let's talk politics, dynamics, and permutations.
It's a concern that we have for our country, Nigeria. So this is beyond partisan politics. Nigeria is on drip. Nigeria is on oxygen. And how can we get out of this? And these are kind of people who say they are leaders of this country. What example are they showing as leaders of the country?
Let's keep you abreast with happenings in the polity.
I am an employer of the president. I pay the president's salary. I pay the bills of the family. And he must protect me.
All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time to see how best we can move forward. The interest of Nigeria is part of it.
Standpoint.
Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Standpoint, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on Rapid 96.5 FM.
More Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian.
That's right.
A very good morning to you and welcome to Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics. Today, Wednesday, of course, it's a bright day over here. How has it been at your end? Well, we are up again this morning to look at developments around the polity of Nigeria. My name is Moses Ben.
And my name is Joy Nochiri. It is time to answer God's call. Someone said, I wouldn't know for you, Ben, if it is time for you as well.
Yeah, of course, it's a responsibility we are carrying out to ensure that we contribute within our own quota to what's been happening in the country and see a way of moving this country forward.
What would the name of your own ministry be?
Don't worry. I'm looking into it. Soon you will see it anyway. Of course, we will not leave it out from this morning show. We have our in-house analyst, Incorruptible Sam. Good morning and welcome to Standpoint.
Good morning to you, Ben Moses, and to you, Joy Nochiri. Good morning.
Have you seen what Joy is carrying this morning?
Yeah.
She's carrying something special.
No, when she entered, when she entered into the office today, I told her something.
Did you?
I would tell her again.
Do you mind
off
disclosing?
the microphone?
Okay, off the microphone.
Yeah. Seeing her,
Better for you, right?
I wanted to do something. But talking about answering God's call, you don't need to be a GO, a general overseer, or open a church or ministry for you to answer God's call. What we are actually doing here, we are answering God's call, trying as much as possible to educate people, entertain them, and direct them the normal way, even as we learn from them. So when the mentality of I'm going to open a church to answer God's call, I think that's why Africa is this way. If you open millions of ministries, and what if everybody decides to be the GO? Who will attend to the other person's ministry?
All this depends on the direction God gave you. I hope you know that. To this particular person now that says he's answering God's call, it all depends
to preach
on,
to us.
Yes, to preach the gospel.
Everyone is now a preacher. Who will then listen to the preaching?
Everyone will also listen to the preaching.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen, let us swing into action this morning because we have a lot to talk about. We've been following issues in Rivers State lately since late last year, and it has been a twist of the political crisis in Rivers State. So our attention will center on the issue in Rivers State today. We'll be having joining us this morning later on the program one of the stakeholders in Rivers State, a professor, and then also a public affairs analyst, also to look at issues that have been happening in Rivers State. But before then, gentlemen, down there in north central of our country, Nigeria, Plateau State per se, the governor had instructed 24-hour curfew in Mangu local government area as a result of the crisis, security issues down there. Let us not forget that on the eve of Christmas last year in Bokos and Barakin Ladi local government area, similar thing happened, number of lives were lost, but I've been following that issue. There is no report of who was involved in that crime. Has anybody been apprehended? What happened or what has happened, if at all apprehension has taken place? Yet nothing has happened again. Houses, lives being destroyed again in Plateau State. And gentlemen, I'm asking the question, Sam, what exactly is happening within the security architecture of our dear country, Nigeria?
That's a big question, and the question so many people also have in mind. The question that we actually believe the leaders will come out. When I mean leaders, okay, let's start from the head right now. President Tinubu, good thing he was actually in a meeting yesterday. I know we'll get to that point. But I think security or insecurity, anyone you are coming from, any angle you're coming from, is something that we actually should pay attention to. Then we go to the state government. They are actually the chief security officers of their state, and that's the governors. And when I saw the headline, and declaring coffee for me is actually not the solution. 24 hours. Now, after 24 hours, what happened? People can start going out again, then the killers will continue. Just like what you rightly said. We have not seen any arrest made. Okay, these are the people that really attacked the people, or the people involved in killing people. Declaring coffee, and at the end of the day, we just move on. I think off the microphone, I was discussing with Kacha the other day. In Nigeria, we've actually seen it as nothing. Someone dies, I will say, and that will be it. In the next 5 minutes, everybody has actually forgotten about that. You see us moving as if nothing happened. And that's the problem we are having in Nigeria. Declaring the curfew, has any arrest been made? That is the one question nobody has the answer for. Then after now, what will happen? If we don't, tackle the issue from the root, it means we are not very serious about that, about stopping insecurity. Who are these people? They are not ghosts. They didn't just, appear. Then after what they did, they disappeared. These are human beings, people that have sworn, to make sure that there will be no peace, destroy people, kill souls, shed blood, and at the end of the day, we make them feel comfortable. Yes, Wike said something yesterday. When we don't punish these people, you see them doing these things. Once they know that the only punishment, the only thing that this Plateau State government will be doing or has done is to declare 24 hours curfew, you see them attacking again. Until we get people punished for doing evil in Nigeria, I doubt if insecurity will stop anytime soon.
All right, thank you. Joy, yesterday we got the cheering news because bilateral discussions are on, talking about Anthony Blinken, who has been in Nigeria since yesterday, and then he mentioned something that has to do with security. About $45 million has been doled out for security in West Africa. These things have been happening from time to time, and then when it happens, you get to know or to hear that we have a security situation somewhere in Mali, security situation somewhere in Congo, security situation somewhere in Gambia, and all of that. At the end of the day, no account for how the money that was channeled to security has been used and all of that.
I want to come in from, because it's not about giving out the money. It's about how to manage the money. What is it going to use for? Is it going to be used for what it has been channeled for, or something else? That is one question we should ask ourselves, as well as our leaders. Well, it was a good one, someone will say, but then utilization matters a lot. Will our government utilize it very well? He mentioned security, he mentioned health. I think education was also there as well. Now, it falls under the purview of our leaders to utilize the fund and channel it to the appropriate quarters.
All right, gentlemen, let us again move down to Rivers State this morning, as attention would be beaming on the development. You are aware of the political crisis in Rivers State. So we want to center our discussion on that issue this morning on a standpoint. As I said before, now we'll be having a guest joining us virtually from Rivers State to keep us up to date with what has been happening down there in the south region of the country. It's a part of Nigeria, and then it has become a national issue.
Exactly.
Because we have one of Rivers State's sons, the person of the FCT minister, who is making waves down there in Abuja. So we'll discuss this issue this morning on a standpoint. Lately, Rivers State has been engulfed in a political crisis after some lawmakers loyal to Mr. Wike attempted to impeach Mr. Fubara, a situation that led to the bombing of a section of the assembly complex and subsequent demolition of the building. Fingers were pointed at the governor that he masterminded that and all of those things then. Well, we have joining us this morning virtually a stakeholder in Rivers State, a senior lecturer in the University of Port Harcourt, and former Abiokpo local government area chairman, Professor Lawrence Chukwu, this morning. Prof, good morning and welcome to the program. Hello, Prof, can you hear me? All right, thank you so much, Prof. Prof, you have been following the political crisis in Rivers State. And then even at the point, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu, waded into this matter, where the meeting resulted to 8-point agenda for peace deal, and then it was signed according to reports by the governor of the state. There was a new twist yesterday talking about the position of the court, saying that we are recognizing the Martin Amewule's faction of the Rivers State House of Assembly. And I know also that at a point, based on the crisis, elders in Rivers State went to court saying that the position of the president should not be substantial in this matter. At the moment, Prof, let us know how this political crisis has impacted Rivers State so far.
First of all, there is no way there will be development in the state with all these crises. And there is no way it will not set the state backwards at all. Definitely, the state will be set backwards, because what the state needs is peace and cooperation and understanding of everybody to move forward. With this crisis, definitely it will affect the governance.
All right, what can you say is the root issue of this matter? You've been in the state, you've served in different capacity in Rivers State. So let us understand clearly so that we'll have something to base our analysis on, Prof.
Well, I do not know because my contribution, my idea about all this may be at variant with what the opinions of majority today in the state. Because for me, first of all, I look at the foundation, the origin of an issue. The origin. Everybody seems to be forgetting the foundation of this matter. The foundation is how did Governor Sim became governor? Did he actually win this election? What actually transpired? People are forgetting to ask that question. Was the election even free and fair? Was the election free and fair? Because I know that in my own ward, in my own area where I voted, the man who won was not the man that was declared as governor. Then secondly, have people bothered to ask this question? Even the governor now, in his own political party, was he really known? Was he really known? Now, another question to be asked is this. What transpired between him and his godfather in the secret before he became a candidate? Both himself and his godfather, have they told us what they discussed, what they've told Rivers State people, the agreement they had before throwing him up? Yes, I agree that the state is for all of us, but we are in an abnormal situation in this country where the people's vote does not count. Where people's vote does not count. I want to believe that they had an agreement, two of them have an agreement that Rivers people do not know about. They have an agreement. And for me, that may be the bedrock of the crisis we are having today in the state. So, going to this court and that court may not help us. The two of them must sit and agree to move this state forward. It doesn't matter what the supporters are saying, because what the supporters are doing today is even to aggravate the situation. The supporters of the two groups, what they are doing is to heat up the politics. There must be a political solution. Two of them must agree to allow the state to move forward. Because whatever agreement they had, they must tell the people of Rivers State. The one I can talk about is the 8-point resolution the president intervened. That 8-point resolution, for me, if our governor felt uncomfortable with any, he would have pointed it out to the president. Like, look, yes, this I will abide, but this I will not abide. But for him to assent, for him to sign his signature, and later came to tell Rivers people that he was not under duress, that he signed the agreement, he signed the 8-point resolution for peace to reign in the state, then he should keep the agreement. And the other party too should keep to the agreement. If that is political solution that will bring about political stability and governance in the state, then the two parties should keep to the agreement to which they have signed.
All right, Prof, before we allow you go this morning, do you see these fracas, this crisis ongoing in Rivers State at the moment, ending anytime soon?
I don't see it ending anytime soon. I don't. And the other angle too is that, I know that a lot of people may not agree with me on this opinion. What is happening in Rivers State is what I know as karma, the law of karma, retributive justice. And all of us here in the state, we are facing this retributive justice because we have kept quiet for a long time and for things to go the way, they do, So there is a spiritual aspect of this thing that...
Hello, Prof. We are with you, sir.
From dual extent, physical and spiritual.
Okay.
This thing that is happening needs a lot of prayers for normalcy to return. A lot of prayers because of what? It is not normal. It is not normal. I believe that some of these people are not telling us the basic truth of the agreement they had with each other. They have not told us the truth. And like I said, like I talked about the foundation, anybody who was here in Rivers State, who wins the election, will know quite well that if the election, if people's vote count, or if they had allowed people's vote to count, honestly speaking, for me, without being afraid of anybody, without fear or favor, Pastor Akitato would have been the governor today, and I don't think all this will happen. So the foundation of this issue is the way and manner the election went through in Rivers State.
All right, we have been speaking.
That's the foundation.
All right, we have been speaking this morning with a Rivers State stakeholder, senior lecturer in the University of Port Harcourt, Choba Uniport, and former Obiakpo Local Government Council Chairman, Professor Lawrence Chuku. Thank you so much for your insight on the issue going on in Rivers State at the moment, sir.
You're welcome, my dear brother.
All right, we truly appreciate your contribution. As I said, we'll be talking also to a public affairs analyst who is based in Rivers State to keep us up to date with the developments from the angle of the court. Remember that last year that the former House of Assembly faction, ably led then by Edison Heye, had passed the 2024 budget, and the governor signed it. But you listen to the Prof. Sam, given what he has painted this morning.
Well, I listened to him in as much as I really wish he said more, but he somehow avoided some of the questions. He didn't want to go deep. But in summary, I just noticed that I'm not saying that they are happy, or his camp actually is happy with what is happening there, but he sounded that way. It's more like, okay, whatever that is happening is what is more like God now fighting and all the rest, fighting the godfatherism and all. He mentioned someone that he could have won. That means he also sounded okay, whatever that is happening now is God's whatever. And he went back to saying they need to pray. I'm not saying I'm a Christian actually, but I don't just imagine Rivers people coming to the street to pray over men that they should have just gone into the office to make sure that people of Rivers State to become better people, and they will come out again to pray. It's spiritual. That's what he said. No, it's not spiritual. If these two people are having issues, let them settle their issues. If they don't want to settle their issues, let it not get to the point where Fubara also will be asked to step down. I just want people to understand that whatever we are doing, as far as leadership is concerned, people have the power. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, we have actually made it look as if the politicians are powerful more than the people. The people are more powerful than them. So if they can't resolve their issue and they continue to make this, how many months now? It will be 1 year in office, and the Wike and Fubar, they are making Rivers people very uncomfortable. Right. That is not so. From what he has said, it seems some part of Rivers people maybe minority. They are enjoying whatever that is happening, but someone from Abia State like me, I don't think I enjoy it because I know the people want Rivers State to get better. Whatever Wiki and Fubara they are doing, they should keep it aside and work for the Rivers people.
All right. Joining us again this morning virtually is a public affairs analyst and social commentator, Akpan Norbert. Good morning, sir, and welcome to Standpoint.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ben.
All right. How have you been doing?
Very well. Very well, thank you. I hope you are fine over there.
Right, we are fine over here. Thank you for joining us once again. You've been in Rivers State, sir. And then looking at what's been happening, talking about governance, the people expect whoever is in the authority of power to execute the responsibility of governance appropriately. And lately, political crisis has been around the seats of power in Rivers State. One would say for sure that either directly or indirectly, the people of Rivers State will be affected. Let us have your submission. So far, so good. From where it started, what would you say about the political crisis in Rivers State?
All right. Thank you once again, and thank you, Nigerians. The political crisis in Rivers State have taken a very serious dimension. It's a serious issue that even on the streets of Port Harcourt here, as you walk, you don't even know what will be the next action. Economically, it's affecting. Socially, it's affecting because there is a clear case of ethnic division. There is a clear case of marginalization. There is a clear case that there are certain group of people fanning the embers of war. And as a result of that, we may not actually know what will happen. Some of those ethnic jingles, people that are supporting the governor and those in the side of the Minister of FCT are just waiting. Mostly the people in the side of governor are waiting. You can see in the entire state, they were expecting the Supreme Court judgment on Monday, Tuesday, and even Wednesday have come to pass. Nothing has been done. So far, it's taking another tune. Everything is taking another dimension. Economically, everything is almost on standstill as a result of these unnecessary quarrels, or I should say political quarrels that has been ensued by the two major gladiators. So it's impacting so much in the life of an average Rivers person. Thank you.
All right. Let's say that this is actually a dramatic work, and now we have major characters in this, which has to do with the former governor of the state as well as the present governor of the state. Now, my question is, godfatherism is the key factor now that is bringing up or cropping up whatever issue that is happening in Port Harcourt, in Rivers State now. How do we deal with this godfatherism factor?
Okay, that is a very good question. If you check very well in the history of godfatherism in Nigeria, the godfathers are always the losers. We can remember the issue in Enugu State.
Lagos or something.
Hello, sir. Are you there? Okay, we are having a challenge at the moment. We'll get him back to answer this question this morning, because Rivers State is a critical state in the governance of Nigeria. All right, you're back to the program, sir.
Yes, I'm back. Okay.
Please go ahead with your response, please. Right, we're having difficulty trying to establish a clear signal with Akpan Norbert this morning to attend to that quarrel this morning. He talked about issue of ethnicity in this matter. Sir, you're welcome back.
Yes. So I was trying to say that the recent one that happened was we saw the issue in those states where godfatherism also played a major role. The godson won the godfather. It happened in Anambra State, and now in Rivers State. It's a scourge, a political scourge that needs to be addressed. And if care is not taken, no attention is given to it, it's going to be like that may wipe away the political fabrics is a problem. And as a result of that, we see it playing in Rivers State currently, to the point that, some people were actually looking at the governor not to be a toothless bulldog. He will not be able to bite. Even his godfather also believed that he will not be able to do anything. As a result of that, he thought maybe it's a puppet that can be installed. And at the end of the day, we see the man talking. So the godfatherism is a problem, and it's actually affecting our political space and need to be eradicated with no distance. And the problem with the godfathers is that they are not actually seeing anything wrong with what they are doing, and they are not also learning from other instances or states where this have happened over the years. So it's a problem in our political space, and it needs to be nipped on the bud before it consumes us. Thank you.
All right. It is said that when two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. And now, in this situation, it is the citizens or the people of River State that are actually, facing what is happening now. My question is, how can this, crisis be resolved quickly so that the people can enjoy the dividend of democracy?
Please, can you come again? I can't hear you. It's breaking.
Can you hear me now? Is it a lot better? Hello?
Hello, I can't hear you. Your voice is breaking.
Okay, I guess it's a network challenge. Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Ouch. Okay, we are actually experiencing a network challenge, but then let's see how we can resolve that.
All right,
we'll continue with the program.
We've got to pay our bills at this point and then look for a way to get back Akpan Norbert this morning for him to take care of this issue. Remember that this is a Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Integrity is doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. Work with integrity. Work with pride. Let your character be your guide. Always remember, treat each one with respect and dignity. Keep to agreements. Be honest, because the new Abia supports everything right. This message is powered by Abia State Orientation Agency.
Beauty is power. A smile is its sword. Beauty lies in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is all around us. So, if you want to look good always, visit Masters and Wands Cosmetics stores. It's new, it's exclusive, and a happening store in beauty products. We deal on perfumes and cosmetics such as body lotions, facial creams and scrubs, body sprays, powders, bath wash, and all kinds of quality cosmetics with affordable prices. Contact us at number 41 Fimbers Road, Umuahia, or number 28 School Road, Umuahia, all in Abia State. Call us on 0806 951 2773 or email us at wandsglean@gmail.com. Masters and Wands Cosmetics stores. Quality is our name. Signed, management.
Let's talk politics, dynamics, and permutations.
It's a concern that we have for our country, Nigeria. So this is beyond partisan politics. Nigeria is on drip. Nigeria is on oxygen. And how can we get out of this? And these are kind of people who say they are leaders of this country. What example I may show you I'm leaders of the country?
Let's keep you abreast with happenings in the polity.
I am an employee of the president. I pay the president's salary. I pay the bills of the family. And he must protect me.
All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time to see how best we can move forward. The interest of Nigeria is part of it.
Standpoint.
Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Standpoint, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on Rapid 96.5 FM.
No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian.
That's right.
Welcome back to the program Standpoint on Rapid 96.5 FM. We are looking at the political crisis in Rivers State. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, please, I'm with you.
Very well. I said earlier, it is said that when two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. Now, this crisis now, it's affecting the citizens of Rivers State. And my question is, how can this crisis be resolved quickly so that the people will enjoy a new lease of life as well as the dividend of democracy?
Okay. The FCT minister and the governor of Rivers State. And the two major gladiators have to shield their sword in order for us to have peace in Rivers State. The governor had already given it to it in the sense that he assigned the 20-point agreement, which to a very large extent, now that he's relenting, he doesn't want to keep to those treaties again, because we'll see from his body language what he ought to have sworn in the resigned so-called commissioners, and also to ensure that he represent the budget, which was also part of the communique issued at the end of the meeting they both had with the president during the, president trying to, call for a truce. So as a result of this, the governor, to a very large extent, body language is also showing that he's not ready to subpedal to those terms of agreement, and as a result of that, it's also hitting the polity. So the FCT minister in his own part is also trying to use his boys to abuse the or trying to apply some atom of diplomacy. And at the end of the day, there will be no peace with such utterances coming from both areas. So these two major political actors need to come together, agree on how to solve the problem, because the problem lies between both of them. They need to call their supporters to order and then agree on a better way to move Rivers State forward. So except the body language of these two people or these two personalities shows or demonstrates
Hello, sir. Hello, are you there, sir? Okay.
Yes.
Let's go ahead. We didn't get the part you were saying that unless the two gladiators step in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to say that except these two major gladiators come together and their body language will demonstrate that or show that they actually want peace by calling their followers to order to stop issuing these unnecessary threats and abuse on national television, radio stations and all that. Except this, cease this fire, there will be no peace, because they are the major, focal points where peace can, be emanated from. So if they actually want peace in Rivers State and they want us to enjoy good governance and all that, they should come together, see how they can chart a way forward, and then agree on terms. Since from what we are seeing, the agreement reached before the president is not, working. Yes.
All right.
Okay, still on body language, you've been, reiterating on that. From the body language of the Rivers State House of Assembly members, do you think Fubara is safe on that seat?
Okay, are you saying that what is the body language all about? I can't just get exactly what you said.
Okay, you've been referring to body language from each of the parties, and now I am heading towards the body language of the Rivers State House of Assembly members. And my question is, with what is currently going on, do you think Fubara is safe on that seat? Do you think he can actually secure that seat as a governor of that state?
Actually, I would say that the governor himself shot himself on the foot in the first place, or the things because appends his signature to those points or the agenda they set before him. But now those things are, because already the Rivers State House of Assembly member, the 27, were all sacked. They vacated their seats and they declared them vacant because the constitution is very clear. And now, after signing, returning back to Rivers State, and don't also forget there was a court injunction that even 27 House of Assembly members vacated. Saw yesterday or 2 days ago, they nullified through the Federal High Court, nullifying the budget of the states that have been passed by also a legally constituted, assembly of 5 members. Because as far as the law is concerned, those 5 persons that passed that budget and the governor, gave his assent, that judgment still stands, irrespective of resignations. So it is very clear that we are inflexible because don't want the governor to spend from the budget. As it stands, they want the state to be on the standstill, like in the earlier question Mr. Ben asked. How is it impacting on the economy? As you speak, the governor should not even do anything. He should not tamper with it because there is a court judgment now. But we will get to know maybe at the course of the discussion whether even the court judgment can stand the test of time or not. But as it stands today, the Rivers State House of Assembly, led by Martins and Mehule, is not recognized because as in the
All right, it's been a bit of a problem this morning with our guest virtually. Sir Nebert, you can hear us, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, sorry about that. There was interference. We didn't get exactly what you were painting on the issue of the budget that was assented by the governor of the state.
Okay.
Now that it has turned out this way, that a federal high court sitting in Abuja has recognized that of Martins Hamole as authentic speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly. Let us not forget that this budget was signed by the governor and it became a working document up until yesterday that the newest, I will use the word, of the development came up. Do you see any constitutional implication on this issue?
Okay. I will tell you, Mr. Ben, that even elementary law, law 101 that we teach in the university, clearly states that a federal high court is a court of limited jurisdiction, is a court of enumerated federal high courts is bounded or restricted to some cases they cannot. The only case they can attend to are issues that have to do with the federal government, like the MDAs, the aviations are stated in that particular act. So for them to even come up and give this kind of judgment, I think it's an aberration. It is, they've exceeded their boundaries. They have no, if you check within the confines of that section 251, you discover that there is nothing like a state that is mentioned there. So how has what with the states? Check their statutory mandates. They are nowhere to be found. They have no business with the state. So 2 things control the jurisdiction of the Federal High Court. 1, the parties, and 2, the subject matter. Parties, if only it has to do with the agencies of the federal government, then the subject matter, it must be issue of administrative administration within the federal agencies. So on what ground will they challenge the validity of a budget that was passed by also a court of competent jurisdiction? A court gave an order, and they know that there is an existing order that have not been vacated, and they give that. So to me, there is no implication. The governor should just proceed on appeal And I think within 1 week, he should get the appeal. So, go for appeal. In fact, the Federal High Court also gave, other judgment that even the Martins Amehule faction should be given protection. The money that due them should be, released and all that. Who says so? Go and vacate the issue of Federal Court and High Court judgment. And Edison is nowhere to be found because he's no longer a member there. So it's even more complicated in the eyes of the law. So they should also know very well that whatever they are doing, they have court precedent, they have court judgment that they've not vacated. And the governor, because maybe he was looking at the Supreme Court judgment as if maybe it might go the other way around. And because of that, they have to, append his signatures to most of those treaties or agreements between him and the president and all that. But as it stands today, whatever it is, look at the local standing, look at the status quo that they say they should maintain. If the Federal High Court have the jurisdiction to entertain anything that have to do with state, but the answer is no. Over to you, Ben. Thank you.
We've been speaking this morning with a public affairs analyst and social commentator on the political crisis ongoing in the South region, specifically Rivers State in Nigeria. Akpan Nobert, thank you so much for your submission on this issue this morning on Startpoint.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Ben.
We'll keep in touch
Always
with
a
you.
pleasure.
Yes, we'll keep in touch with you to keep us updated also as activities unfold in Rivers State.
Thank you very much. I'm always available for that. Thank you very much.
All right. That's the situation down there in Rivers State at the moment. Nobody knows what will come up again, either today or tomorrow. But let us open the phone lines at this point for you to be a part of the program this morning by contributing. Let us know your take on the issue. A very good morning to you and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Mr. Ben.
You're welcome. Good morning.
Thank you, Mr. Chijoke from Ben Road.
All right, Chijoke, you're welcome.
Mr. Ben, I have been carefully to listen to your guest, and I found out that Abia State need to thank God for ending Godfatherism in Abia. Because if you check in what is happening in Rivers State, you will see that few families or few cabals has been there, and they see Rivers State as their liability company, and nobody is talking. If you check very well, you understand that God wants to use Fubara to end Godfatherism, as he used Dr. Elesoti in Abia to end Godfatherism, and now we are reaping the benefit. So what I'm saying is this: I just want to use Abia State as a case and as an example. Since 1999 in Abia, no new governor have come and give Abia a kind of account what he received from the past government. For example, Governor Okezi Bazu, when he took over 2015, we waited for him during the inauguration.
All right, Chijoke, make your point. Make your point.
Yes, to tell Abia State what he refused, what he received as a kind of from the past administration. He refused, and Governor Elesoti have come to open up to tell Abians what he refused as a handover note.
All right, Chijoke.
He received nothing.
All right.
So I am saying that Rivers State should be careful and know how to follow up these two people.
All right, thank you.
They will not destroy Rivers State.
Thank you so much for your point. 091 60,000 965. 019 60,000 965. We are live on our Facebook page as well. You can get down there. Let us have your own comments on this issue this morning, as well as 091 60 333 965. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Mr. Moses Ben.
You're welcome. Good morning.
I'm Okafor Chinedu. I'm calling from Umai.
All right, Okafor.
Okay. Now, let me say this. I think in Rivers State, the foundation is faulty. And when we talk about the foundation, we talk about how the governor emerged, what were the process of the election, and how does all this rank started. But nevertheless, we really need to strengthen our constitution, because this our constitution, there are so many weaknesses in the parastatals, in the agencies that are supposed to be involved in solving all these issues we are having today. The judiciary really need to raise conflict between Wike and Fubara. In fact, the law is supposed to have a say on it. What am I saying? The court we used to know, the law has a position.
Right, Okafor.
So I think our institutions need to be strengthened so that we can have a better democracy. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Okafor. We appreciate your contribution. 09160,965, 01960-333-965. Good morning and welcome.
I'm blessed.
Thank you. You're welcome.
You are blessed too. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Honestly, to say, what happened in the Plateau, we do respect it because 16 lawmakers as members shouldn't be having sacked. Although, for their own assertion, they say that they have the Supreme, which is the upper level of the judgment being given to them before now sack them, for them to reinstate. But nevertheless, I want to say this. It's not that of interest of the politicians. How come with the city lawmakers being sacked? So in Nigeria, they are only just for their own interest. Nobody is thinking of the people they are representing. Because if you sack that city now, what will be the fate of those who elect them? That's the question. Then again, let me just leave that one. Let me come to River State. I know that what is playing in River State, there's a pointing finger. Everybody know that. But what I will advise Fubara should stand his firm. Whatever he's doing, let him not even think that somebody will back him up, because as far as Wike is concerned, Wike might have the follower or have the judiciary. But I know that the judiciary sometimes they complicate issues. If not that they are complicating issues, why we must then ask you not to go ahead with the budget? Other people in their own states
all right,
have
don't
made up
kiss it,
their
guy.
budget, but nobody even intervene.
All right.
But there is only Fubara. So Fubara should make sure that whatever he will do to remain in that office, let him do it. For him to hope on the
Thank you.
judiciary.
Thank you so
Let
much
him
for your
not even
contribution.
think of that. Thank you. Have a nice day.
All right. Good morning and welcome.
Hello. Good morning, Mr. Ben.
Kindly turn down your radio set.
I think it's better now.
All right. Good morning.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Ben, and good morning, our guests in the studio and outside the studio.
Thank you.
This is Radio Senator calling from Government College, Ohio.
All right.
All right, let me start it like this. Okay. The court in Abuja nullifying the budget presented and signed by the governor of River State. That is good. It's to save the River State governor's face. That is to save his face. Because the agreement has already been done. These are politicians using people's brain to work. But if you look at it very well, as a political scientist, it's to save the governor's face. Because it would have been bad when they say that thing is cancelled. That law is signed, the budget is signed has been cancelled only by the House. No. To save his face, then they go to court. It's an agreement. He's knew about it. It's not going to any appeal for anything. So forget about that. Two, let me tell you, Beverly, that the Constitution is clear over that issue. For one, who is being elected as a member of the House to jump to another political party. The party is clear. Section 109, subsection G of it is clear over that. If there is political crisis within a political party, and there was political crisis in PDP, River State, for crying it loud.
All right.
If it is crisis in the state, they are free to join any other party. If there is crisis in the federal, they are also free to join there. So there is nothing like that they call. So it's a miscarriage of justice. If any court said that the party that has crisis crisis has joined over another party and nullifying such election. No.
All right,
They
thank you.
still stand.
Thank you so much for your contribution. We appreciate. On our Facebook page, this one is coming from Eric Obi about the visit Secretary of State USA visiting African states. Is high time Africans should be watchful over their visit because they don't come for nothing except on what to get from Africa. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Ikechukwu calling from Omaya.
All right, Ikechukwu.
See, issue of these people are 16 lawmakers. Inspector General Police should wake up the occasion and give order that any lawmaker sacked by court of competent jurisdiction, which the judgment have not been vacated, and if you see that he or she will resume duty, to be arrested and brought to Abuja for prosecution. Secondly, any speaker of the assembly that refuses to recognize a court of competent declaration that is a member or refuse to swear him, that speaker should be arrested alongside and brought to Abuja for prosecution. And National Assembly should dissolve any state assembly and take up this responsibility, the state responsibility, if they fail to honor the court judgment. National Assembly has the duty bound to declare certificate of emergency on that assembly, dissolve it, then take up the responsibility at Abuja. I think that will start right for now.
All right, thank you for your contribution. We appreciate that this morning. You are still taking your calls on the program 0916000 965 019 6333 965. Still on our Facebook page. UAZ Elvis is saying, good morning, lady and gentlemen in the studio. I'm watching and texting live from the city of Umuahia, Abia State. I don't believe the immediate curfew imposed in Plateau State by its governor will end the incessant attacks by bandits, headsmen, okay, and Boko Haram. Rather, adequate measures should be put in place to completely eradicate insecurity challenges in Plateau and other parts of the country. Yule Dochi, answering God call. This one's with me. Oh. God knows his own people. All right, thank you, Elvis. We appreciate. Let us return to our phone lines before we round off the program. Okay, still on our Facebook page, Ike Chuku's telling, good morning, gentlemen and lady. Talking about insecurity in the nation, Plateau State imposing a 24 hours curfew is not enough solution. What happens next? I thought registering of SIM cards and having national IDs are part of tackling insecurities. You're welcome to the program. Good morning. Kindly turn down your radio set. Okay, we lost that call. Good morning. Can you turn down your radio set?
I'm Uko David calling from
Uko David. Are you Uko David? All right, let us leave it at that this morning. So we make way for the news light at 10 o'clock. Sam, you've listened to our guests and then callers also. I believe the political crisis in Rivers State, if these gladiators mean well for the people of Rivers State, at any point in time, they will want to sheath their swords just for the sake of governance that will rub off positively on the people of Rivers State.
That's just a summary, and I can remember I've said that also. So let's watch them. But it's so annoying, so shameful that the one or two people in a particular state will just want to be the owners of the state and feel comfortable while others feel uncomfortable. So shameful. But going forward, we want a better Nigeria in general.
Exactly, we want a better Nigeria in general.
A better Nigeria is indeed achievable. Let's work towards it.
All right, my name is Moses Ben. It's been a wonderful time with you on the program.
And my name is Joy Notiri. Keep staying tuned. Next is the Newslight.
The incorruptible Sam. Let's meet again tomorrow at 9.
Thank you.
All right. Then after the Newslight at 10, next program will be The People and the Law. How well do you know your law? Is the question here. We'll be discussing an important topic on that program. Do not want to miss it, do you? Just take clue to Rapid 96.5 FM, the sound of your city. Good morning.
home. I will never forget my home.
Now which other home way pass Sun Delicious? Where would they totally your belly with plenty jollificates? You sabi your pastor? You sabi who him be? Oh yeah, wait till be the name of the fish we swallow Jonah for Bible. Now what will they do for inside Sun Delicious? Every Sunday, once 15 minutes don't walk up past 12 o'clock, go reach 2 o'clock. On top Rapid 96.5 FM. Now we be the sound of our city.
Trending stories, breaking news, fast. News Light on Rapid 96.5 FM.